Hey, Decathlon member, welcome back to Foundry. It's episode number 3. We're about to finish the burner generator so we can get power in a different manner than what we're getting right now.
No
and
more
that is
filling
just
that
finished.
biomass
So
burner by hand for you.
let's see what to
It's
do.
time to upgrade to the burner generator and dig up ignium ore for automated power production. Let's power up our future.
Alright, so it looks like we need ignium ore or igneous rock, which I think is... It's been a hot minute since I played already. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to things, but we're going to go ahead and scan the area again and hope that we find... we have our technum ore, we have our xenoferrite ore, and I have learned that covering the ore means we cannot access it. It's only going to work around that. It's only going to build around. It looks like it's done damage there, but it doesn't. It just does the outer area, so we will have to fix that at some point. Covering it up does not work. But let's go ahead and check the map and see what it is we found. We have that technum ore, the xenoferrite, and there is our ignium ore to the east. So it looks like we're going to set up our power station over here. You're right on top of it, underground. That's just dirt. Yeah, it appears we're going to have to dig down, so dig down we shall. Let's shed layers of dirt here first. It looks like the vein starts about here, so we'll kind of start working our way that direction a little bit. At this point now, understanding how the system works and how it's got to be accessible, I think we just need to expose the surface and then plant our power plant next to it. We don't need to actually dig down into it. We just need to have it exposed until we kind of reach the end of the pocket. Alright, it's good and exposed now. From here we're going to need a flat surface. I'm wondering if I can place back some of these dirt blocks and cover this and make a nice flat area right here. Presumably we're going to need a drone miner. We will need one biomass burner to start pulling out the fuel, and then we can pick it up. And then we have our burner generators. See if we can set up a couple for our initial base. Alright, it is actively getting the ore, so we are good on that part. Turn on our light. Presumably all we need is the fuel. Oh, but the key is you have to run the fuel to it. In which case what we need to be doing is... we have fuel for this one. We have fuel for this one. They are both connected. I don't think I need to have both of them here. I think realistically what I need to be doing is I need to be taking this power source, which is now self-sufficient, and I need to drag the power over to the main base. Yeah, meanwhile, we've run out of power and nothing's working in this area at the moment. Meantime, let's open that research interface, figure out what we still need to do. Mining drill speed 1, inventory size 1, those will both be handy. We do have that burner generator, which was what we needed for Science Pack 2. Science Pack 2 should be unlocked, and is. Let's just go ahead and get it. Get it done. Now, I think after the initial, all you need for a platform to connect is a single line. Well, I think we could certainly handle going up and down with this. I knew that this is going to drop back down here shortly. It would be easy enough to just run the line right on through. There you go. The burner generators are now counted for the platform. That did work. That connected it up. So we can keep it self-sustained. We just have to run, consider that a power line, running the platform over. Looks like we may have run out of resources over here, which is fine. There's something I wanted to start addressing over this direction anyway. And that is our increased production here. And it looks like obviously the easy solution here is to likewise connect it up. And it should give power there. And then if we do the same here, there we go. Those burner generators are now connected to all of the biomass burners. And while we can definitely increase science output simply by adding more packs right now, I think we have a bigger problem on our hands that I want to address, and that is this output. 3 of them absolutely do not do justice for what we need. We want to at least double that, which I think is our short-term objective anyway, right? You have... What's your things for me? Science Pack 2, nearly done. And yeah, expand smelters. We need 16 smelters, and right now we have 6. Alright, Science Pack 2 is done. I'm setting up a second platform so we can get a second drone miner on this side, and then we'll run at least 3 smelters going this direction. We will need to connect it up in the short term. Let's go ahead and say hello since we finished Science Pack number 2.
We are making great progress. New exciting blueprints are coming up, exactly as the disaster protocol suggests. BB, any updates on the station? No, not yet. Okay, we'll follow the protocol and continue to expand until you have news for us.
Alright, so expand smelters, only task at the moment. Okay, power's back there. I really don't need to go there for a while. Let's open the research interface and find out what sort of things. Steel making, explosives. Certainly use the inventory. Mining drill speed. Logistic container 2 and conveyor 2 are already available. Character crafting speed. And then we've got this whole sequence of building options. A second lane loader. Lights. Lights would be handy for you, I'm sure. Oh, we already did. No, we did the logistics container somehow, right? There's going to be a lot of easy ones for the next little bit that don't serve any short-term purpose, but serve more of a long-term purpose. Alright, that is power now to this platform. So it's time to get started on production here. I want this drone miner. There's the word I'm looking for. Putting it there gets it both ends, so this now covers that whole area. It's immediately getting started. I suppose we can have this one work from the front, have things come out the rear as we're trying to go. Well, you know, this is not going to be the big automated area. I think our big automated area is going to end up being out this direction, because this area looks like we can't pick things up as it is, so I'm going to want to travel. Or can I restart just about? What am I looking for? Research interface, next thing. Get those lights done. So I guess we can run right out the back here. Demolition mode. I forgot about this. There we go. Oh my gosh. it was only a handful of days, and there's so many simple beginner's things that have just gone straight out my brain. Building belt. Hey, there you go. Alright, that means the first one can go like right there. And these take how much space? Are they just 2x2? Yeah. So first one there. I will have the second one here, third one here, fourth one there. Alright. That's a row of 8. Now the big thing will be finding out if one drone miner, gosh, I can't say that word today. If one drone miner can handle 8. They seem to think it can. Let's see, it handled 3 just fine. Wow, I went through those plates already? Wow, I did. Good news is these are producing exactly what I need right now, so that'll help us get through this a little bit faster, as we still need 4 more. Alright, there is our row of smelters. We'll see if this thing can keep up now with 8. Right now the yield per minute at about 70, give or take. Can the line handle it? Apparently the line can. Okay, I do not currently have anywhere for it to go. Any general purpose for it just yet. But we have one full line, and it looks like we're not quite keeping up, are we? Right now it's not getting past about 3. Looks like we need another drone miner to fill these lines up. As I feared, the drone miner is not handling 8 lines on its own. We had it up to 70 at one point. I don't know why it's doing less right now. Yeah, 1.8 each. We could do 3.6 right now megawatts. Nowhere near that. We can get loader's second lane. It's the last kind of useful piece in this row. And then we'll go focus on those character upgrades here in a moment. Alright, so now I have 2 drone miners merging together, continuing on down the line, trying to get these smelters all running. The obvious thing to do here, on this side, is to rebuild it. I'm covering a lot of the Orvade through our exploratory, phase, and knowing that it will not work now, confirmed. No, it did it. It took it, look. It did take it. Screw it. Okay, we're not taking that one away. And it does look like we'll need 2 drone miners. Do I want to dig this out, or do I want to raise it up a level? I think we're going to dig this out. Let's start with that. Not sure how far yet. I need to go back with this. I think we'll go back to here just to make sure we have enough room. Yeah, the problem with the drone miner is it doesn't tell you how fast it runs. So either there's upgrades that are going to come on later that speed it up, and that's why it doesn't show us. There's different levels of drone miners, so that could be a factor too. But the range is 6, the count is 4. That's what we know. Power consumption 200 kilowatts. I'm going to need at least a couple of them. We are both low on rods and plates. Let's go address that before we go too much further. Okay, I definitely will have to dig back further. So I'm attempting to be more efficient with space here. And I think I've got it figured out how. There you go. So contained within a definite tighter area, we've been able to pull things back a lot closer to not one but two drone miners. And that's going to run 4 of these guys. And there you go, there's rods. Now we need to get 4 more in, and because of the spacing, here's how we're going to manage that one. 1 back, 1 over. And there's 4. Yeah, we're getting there. The real test for this being sufficient is when these are all full, and they're not. They are not even close, so we definitely, 2 drone miners is not going to be enough. I need to start with conveyors here very soon. Alright, that is 8 smelters plus the original 3 on each of these guys. And let's go talk to CCCB something. Let's see, what is it? BB. C3BB. Expand smelters.
You're right.
You're right.
This will provide a good supply of plates and rods. But given the task at hand, soon we might have to scale it up even further. For now, let's not get ahead of ourselves and just take a moment to celebrate this victory. Are you feeling a little spooked when it's dark? No worries, BB. We can create some light poles to brighten up our nights.
Alright, mining drill speed number 1. It's only blue science, but it's definitely more costly, as it's going to use 50 of them. And we have all this new production that at the moment we're not even properly utilizing. We're using 2.8 megawatts though, so we will need additional power here relatively soon before we even dig ourselves a deeper hole. I'm going to go ahead and make it 3. And there you have it. That's going to provide us additional power, 50% more than what we were already producing, setting us up for another kind of long run of having what we need. We'll get to those light poles eventually, but for right now, it's time to actually start having some minor productions. Nothing major yet. We'll do major out there. But some minor productions, the things I would want a small amount of. In fact, I would want to have a small box. There are logistic containers now that I would like to put these kind of things into. Our machinery parts can produce 40 per minute. I'm guessing what we're using, it is 40 per minute. We're right on that mark. So if I'm going to make a production line, I'll put this here. And then we need 3 spaces for output in between them. I'll put this here. By pushing it out 1 block further, we can grab from there, and we can grab from there. This one is going to make the machinery parts. And this one's going to make conveyor belts. So we now have 200 conveyor belts getting crafted here at a time. Or will in a moment, once I complete the last step here. There we go. So on that basic crafting, we have the building blocks, now we have the conveyor belts. I think the slopes I'm okay doing manually. Same with the balancers, they don't take that long. Loaders, like, I use those a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the regular loaders. Maybe not the second lane loaders, but the first lane loaders. I think I want to get them constructed as well. Machinery parts, we have them right here. We have the plates. Now we need electronic components. I'm assuming that this is... Let's double check. Well, you know, paste doesn't matter as much here anyway. These are single-use items. And it's, yeah, that's the 20 per minute. So we will utilize this line. It's just that other line is fully used for the science production, which is kind of just keep it up. Speaking of, mining drill speed 1 is done. Mining drill speed 2 requires the red science, so we're not going to be able to get to that yet, but we can get to the inventory slot stuff. Not that it's a big need, but get it taken care of. So, back to the drawing board. We have the machinery parts. We have the plates. We need electronic components, which requires rods and wire coils. Coils require the rods, so we need to bring in 2 productions of these from the opposite side. So that means I need 4 productions in all to make loaders. I wonder, it takes a while to craft in hand. Like I said, these are all the initial first builds for me to utilize. Individual things, not mass production things. Small production, small scale production. So again, we'll load up on this. Now that we have this one, we'll load up on that. That means I need 4 assemblers. I will need plenty of loaders. And we need space for 4 assemblers. There you go on those plates. Already, they're not filling that line. We have the full line, but I'm kind of not wanting to tap into that just yet. We're already using up what's there. But a lot of that stuff, besides the science, will sit idle. The science is going to need a full, separate everything, so when we really start scaling that up, I need just straight rods in for that, and then I need rods and then the coil straight in to make the electronic components. Yeah, because I already have the machinery parts and the plates. So I only need 3 right now, not 4. Great. I need an input. I need output. I need 2 inputs. And an output. I need the one. I need more loaders, which is exactly what we're trying to craft here. I need 3 inputs on this side, so I'm going to need 3 loaders. Another research done. This side finally loaded, 200. Research going. Looks like everything below this line starts using red science. It does. So all we have is these items to finish up. And then we'll have to get red science going. And might want to move our research at that point. Okay, so I needed 3 inputs on this one. I think we can squeeze in a splitter there, which means we can get this last one on the back side. Clearly we do not have enough input right now. In fact, it's not even going beyond here. Those 2 are getting filled up. It's using the whole, almost the whole line. Or the whole line is getting used by the time we get to here. Yeah, we need a lot more input than that. But like I said, a lot of this is only temporary use, not permanent use. And look, our science isn't backed up anyway. Alright, so we have one of our intakes. We need to get our second one. Excellent. Now's the tricky part. We need the 3rd intake. Okay, that's an output. That's an input. That's an input. That's an output. Alright, let's start getting these connected up the way we want them. Okay, that's that input output locked in. That is that output and input locked in. And we need another splitter for one thing. And what am I out of now? Rods! Not something we're used to being short on lately. So it'd be nice if you could just offset and make it happen. Alright, one splitter's going right there. There we go. I think that's gonna just about do it. I set this up correctly. And sure enough, loaders. So we are making loaders now on an individual basis. I won't need to pick them up very often when I'm holding 200 of them. They will absolutely chew up a lot of resources, but we'll be okay. I've got plenty of platforms. This is done, which is allowing other things to go on. Yes, but we're about to make things worse again. About to eat up all the resources, and clearly this does not cut it by itself. Alright, well that's 4 mining drones. And that is definitely not infinite. But that is a lot more plates coming through. Meanwhile, that's already refilled. And that just hit maximum. So that's back to being done. Except, how's my belt count's good right now. I do not need to do anything for the moment. Let's let these other guys get up and running. This one's barely keeping up. That one has 18 in reserve. This one has no in reserve. It's having a little harder time, you know, keeping going, running. Last 3. We're up to 8 so far here. Main thing holding us up is the plates, which we just increased the quantity of them. So that'll help. Those machine parts obviously are getting used back here, so that one, it will keep running while this one stops. Eventually this will fill up, but we'll go ahead and take the 11 for now. Alright folks, well we have unlocked the next science tier, but we have not done any work on it yet. We unlocked power, and we do have power up and running. Much better power source than what we had before. We have expanded basic production of things that we use in our hands, so we don't have to craft by hand. So we have building blocks already, but now we've added conveyors and loaders to that mix. Primary ones. These minor ones take less, you don't use them as often. They're okay, but these mega use ones that we just use all the time, it's very it's a lot more convenient to have that in hand. Now from here you can kind of get away without mass producing necessarily, you know, anything for that matter of this kind of variety. Smelters, one thing making smelters wouldn't be bad, and we've kind of already set up that basic production to be able to make smelters as well. Same with the assemblers. So eventually adding those in, especially if we feed this line enough to have, you know, a good supply, that supply is definitely doing a lot better. How's it looking out here? Yeah, see? This one. Getting a nice, full, steady incoming. This one's already full. It's not taking on anymore. And I'm sure we've now massively sped this one up. Yeah, just like that, there's 26. So it's starting to trickle down. We've done what we need to do for that. We are on the verge of finishing all of the blue research upgrades. There's 2 left. It's going to be done in a couple of minutes. So what we need to be doing after this is setting up blue research production, which we have, but especially red science production. So we are going to get into that red science pack. We're going to see what it takes for a recipe here very soon, and we could, I think, theoretically, get away with bringing in red science separately, and that for now it seems like this might be enough blue science production. This certainly isn't enough long term. I mean, we're going to want to add at least a 3rd and or 4th line to speed up. Later on, recipes are going to get massive, so right now they might not take long. Later on, they most certainly will, if this is anything like any of the other games of a similar title. Power, I'm guessing we're definitely using up a fair bit of it. We've maxed out at 2.8 of late. Right now we have enough for over 5, So yeah, power is fine for a long time yet. But we are definitely about to enter that next phase. Next phase being red science production. And that's going to be more of a large-scale thing, unlike the simple blue science. Like I said, I think I'm going to double this and make 4 more. Last one, the ladder. Alright folks, well, that's going to do it for this episode. You can see that ladder's going to be done here in just a moment. So, that is Blue Science complete. I'm the Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.